Pre-order XCOM 2 War of the Chosen, coming to consoles and PC August 29, 2017. Affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. And, over the course of this past weekend, America had an interesting wake-up call that the right, for all intents and purposes, can unite at an event called, well, ironically enough, Unite the Right. Kind of rolls off the tongue, still as hate-filled as you might think. But here's the deal, is they had a right to assemble, as every American has a right to assemble. And as a result of everything that went down, which was a lot of really horrible, terrible shit that I utterly condemn across the board, we had the death of Heather Heyer. And as a result of the death of Heather Heyer, and all the heaps of shit that the neo-Nazis got as a result of this, and let's be fair, James Alex Field was part of Vanguard America, which is a neo-Nazi organization. This dude was, in fact, a neo-Nazi and a degenerate, low-life scum. And he, I hope he gets the harshest punishment for what he did. But you had the Daily Stormer come out with this article, this really just insensitive, dickish article about the woman who James Alex Field killed, 32-year-old Heather Heyer, saying that she's a 32-year-old fat slut, childless fat slut, and it's this shaming article. It was, I read the damn thing, and it just it was bad, right? I'm not trying to virtue signal against it. It was just one of those things you read and you're like, look, I get it, you're being edgy, like I can see where you're coming from, but Jesus fucking Christ, dude, like stop acting like a petulant 17-year-old who just learned what some of these words mean. Like, stop it. But anyway, as a result of that, and them being, racist scum of the earth and shit, the website was taken down. It was taken down. GoDaddy pulled it. They tried to register it with Google. Google wouldn't let them index it there. And I'm pretty sure all the other outlets out there have also blocked them, which is why they have moved to the dark web, which I'm just going to come out and say here right now is the worst possible thing that anyone out there who wants to fight back against this kind of racism would have hoped to have happen. Because, well, we'll go into that as we go through this article here. So it says here that neo-Nazi website The Daily Stormer, which helped organize a gathering in Virginia on Saturday that turned violent, moved the so-called dark web on Tuesday because its registration to use the open internet was revoked. Which essentially is true, which is also essentially what they wanted. And it's what they wanted. And here's why they wanted it like this. They want to be vilified in the news. They want people to hate them. They want people to write all these op-eds, all of these takedowns of them, because they use it. They twist it, they turn it, they move it, and they mold it into propaganda and use it as a way to further recruit new members. And now that they've gone to the dark web, most people are going to forget that they fucking exist. Which means you're going to have to know about them to go look them up. You're not going to be able to, anyone can download Tor and anyone can go find it, but the average person isn't going to know what they're looking for by going into Tor. They might end up on either the Fappening's real archives or a Hitman website. It's really easy to kind of go to either on the dark web. But this is putting it into a dark corner of the internet where there's almost no regulation is not going to bode well for the future if you want to try to stop this kind of shit. It says GoDaddy and Alphabet Inc.'s Google canceled Daily Stormer's internet registration on Monday, saying the group had violated terms of service, which prohibit clients from using their sites to incite violence. I would argue that they weren't using it to incite violence, because the article against Heather Heyer, while disgusting, utterly disgusting, was not inciting violence. It was super insensitive, entirely fucking awful, and very horrible for the operator of that website to run. But no, it's not inciting violence. It's not calling for someone to go out and further the fight. Now, there might have been other articles on there that did do that. I don't particularly read the Daily Stormer, so I don't know. But from what I've seen, it was just no. The events at the rally that turned violent didn't happen at the rally. That's the other side of that too. And again, I do not want to defend these guys at all. I hate having to defend them, but there is, well, They had a permit for the rally. The police came in at the behest of the mayor, moved everybody out of the park, put them on the street together, and then the cops they fucked off. And then shit got crazy. So all things considered, had they been allowed to act unimpeded, none of this would have happened. At least none of this particular timeline of events would have happened. Who knows if other things would have broken out, but this is where they are. Now, Andrew Anglin, the founder of the Daily Stormer, did not respond to requests for comments. Supporters of the Daily Stormer took to Twitter on Tuesday to tell people they could gain access to the website on the dark web, a portion of the internet that is not indexed by popular search engines and can only be seen with a special browser which hides the identity and location of the users. Precisely. There was a time the FBI was logging all of the IP addresses of people who went to the Daily Stormer and running them against a database of potential white supremacists, racists, domestic terrorists, so on and so forth. You've heard the stories. You've heard the stories for years. But now it's moved to Tor. Now it's moved to the dark web, where their information is not going to be traceable. And as a result of that, who knows what's going to come next? You've put them in a place where they're almost untouchable. And that is, and they're going to be able to hide away. They're going to be able to rescind from spotlight and not be able to be dragged out into the sun and have their ideas challenged and being doused with the best disinfectant. This is why this is ultimately what they wanted. They couldn't have asked for a better thing than this. And it says here that a 32-year-old woman was killed and 19 others were injured when a man rammed into his car into the group. Yep. And then, of course, goes on to talk about Donald Trump. You know, Donald Trump said what Donald Trump said. Him waiting 2 days was stupid. I understand the tactic behind it, but it was still dumb. You know, it's not hard to condemn hatred, but in some respects, it might be a little bit hard to condemn people who are out there, part of your base. I mean, that's part of it. I don't want to get into that. It's not what this story is about. But in all reality, the Daily Stormer running itself into the dark web is not good. You want these people in the public. You want them in the open. You want to be able to watch them. You want to be able to see what they're doing so you can counter it. But now they don't even know. Now, I'm sure that there are going to probably be people coming on in from the government or from the FBI or from some organization that's going to be trying to infiltrate them, total fucking Donnie Brasco style, to get in there and to stop him and to figure out what's going on. And that's probably been happening for a long time, and it's nothing new. But now it's a little harder because instead of going to a rally anonymously and trying to get in on the planning for something, they can just open up a chat window on a website that's not indexed by Google, that doesn't trace the IPs of its users, and plan something big. And that actually frightens me far more than anything else the Daily Stormer did in response to this last weekend. Well, that wraps up the video, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and giving it a watch. If you guys would like to support the channel, please give it a thumbs up, comment below, share it around, subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications so you're up to date on all the content this channel releases. If you'd like to help out during the adpocalypse, you can do so with Amazon affiliate links in the beginning of the video. There is Patreon. $1 from everyone would go a really long way right now, as well as also Bitcoin and PayPal. Thank you guys very much. My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.